Hello students, how are you? I hope all of you are doing good. In this class, we are going to discuss the part 2 of pharmaceutical ethics. In the first part of ethics, I told you what do you mean by ethics. Ethics are some standard rules which are required to conduct our profession. Okay, so pharmaceutical ethics we can discuss in 4 parts. I told you that pharmaceutical ethics in India are formulated by Pharmacy Council of India. So, the Pharmacy Council of India described the pharmaceutical ethics in 4 parts. One part is pharmacist in relation to his job. Second is pharmacist in relation to his trade. Third one is pharmacist in relation to medical profession. And last one is pharmacist in relation to his profession. Okay. So now we are going to discuss the first ethics part is pharmacist in relation to his job. That means what are the ethical things one pharmacist has to follow to perform his job. First of all, in case of pharmaceutical service, a pharmacist should provide an efficient and reasonably comprehensive pharmaceutical services through the medical store or pharmacy. So you people know that in pharmacy we do our duty. The main job of pharmacist is to distribute or to dispense the drug properly. Okay, so we have to do this job very efficiently. Next is pharmacy. In case of pharmacy, what are the ethics we have to follow? In every pharmacy, there should be a qualified pharmacist to have personal control over the pharmacy. So you know that only the pharmacist has idea about the drug, the the side effect, what are the good effect, bad effect, side effect, what type of drug is used to for which diseases, these things, what type of drug is compatible with which type of drug, all these things. That means all the knowledge required to a drug is known by a pharmacist. So in a pharmacy, there must be a qualified pharmacist. Okay. Next is a pharmacy should be planned in such a way that there is no accidental contamination in the preparation, dispensing, and supply of medicine. That means the pharmacy should be properly planned so that there will be no contamination, accidental contamination of the preparation which are kept in pharmacy. Next is the appearance of the premises should reflect the professional character of pharmacy and indicate to the public that the practice of pharmacy is the main purpose of the establishment. Okay, so the pharmacy premises should be reflect the professional character of pharmacy. That means pharmacy should be look like a pharmacy, not like a other ornamental shop. Okay. Next is what are the ethics we have to follow when we deal with prescription. So you know medical practitioner write prescription. So by observing, by seeing this prescription, we have to give the drug to the patient. So how to deal with this prescription? Okay. First thing, prescription presented for dispensing should not be discussed with patient or others regarding the merit and demerits of their therapeutic efficacy. If you have got one prescription, you should not have to discuss what are the drug is given, what is the side effect, what is the advantage of taking these drug, or what is the disadvantage of taking this drug. Your duty is to give the drug. What is prescribed in this prescription, you have to give this drug, and how to take, you have to say. Okay. There is another, we should not do another discussion regarding this. First thing. Second is, after receiving the prescription, a pharmacist should not even show any expression on his face so that the patient will lose their faith in a physician or prescribers. If you have gotten prescription, you should not show any expression so that it will impact the mind of patient. You have to give the medicine in a neutral way. Okay. Next, no addition, omission, or substitution of ingredients in a prescription should be made without the consent of prescriber or physician whenever possible except in an emergency. Okay. You have to give the medicine as per the prescription, as per the prescriber. You should not, you don't have right to add, omit, or substitute the drug that was given by the prescriber. Okay. But in case of emergency, you can do something. Okay. Next is, in case of any obvious error in the prescription, it should be referred back to the prescriber for necessary correction or approval of the same suggested. Sometimes prescriber or physician may do mistakes. So in that time also, if error come to your mind also, then also you can't do your own way. You have to refer this thing to the physician. If at all the change in the prescription is necessary in the interest of health of the patient, it should not affect the reputation of the physician or the prescriber. If for the health of the patient, if there is a need of change in the prescription, we have to consider that the reputation of the physician should be the same. Okay. A pharmacist should not recommend any particular prescriber unless he is likely asked to so. You can't say that you can go to this doctor or this physician or that physician, because it is not ethical. So these are the ethical things we have to follow when we deal with a prescription. Okay. Next is drug or ingredients. While dispensing the prescriptions, the drugs or ingredients must be weighed or measured correctly, as the case may be by scales or measures. Okay? जो ड्रग देना चाहिए वो तुमको अच्छे से वे करके उसको मेजर करके देना चाहिए. Okay? Next, pharmacists should always use drugs and medicinal preparations of standard quality. Okay, so only you should not use, because pharmacy is directly related to the drug is directly related to the health of the people. So you can't play with health of the people. So we have to use the standard quality medicine. Drugs or medicine likely to cause addiction or other form of abuse would not be supplied when there is reason to suppose that it is required for such purpose. There are some drugs which may cause addiction. For example, there are some cough syrup. So what this drug do? This type of drug may cause addiction to you. So in that case, we should be cautious, so that to give this drug, there should be a proper reason. Without reason, you have not to give this. Okay. Next is, in case of practical training. While imparting practical training, the in-charge pharmacist should see that the trainees acquire sufficient technique and skill. So, in this diploma in pharmacy course, there is a practical training. For 3 or 4 months, you have to work in a hospital. In that time, the in charge of this training, in charge of that hospital. For example, you are doing, for example, let's consider you are doing the internship practical training in Sonapur Hospital. then the head pharmacist should see that you acquire sufficient technical skill during the training process. No certificate should be granted to the trainee pharmacist before completion of prescribed period for training or without undergoing practical training or unless the trainee acquires sufficient knowledge. So it is the responsibility of the insert to give the certificate after you have acquired the sufficient knowledge. Next, we are going to discuss about the pharmacist in relation to his trade. Okay. So first is price structure. Prices of drugs and medicinal preparation charged from the customer should be fair and including dispensing and compounding charges without unduly taxing the purchaser. So you know, drug is required for all type of people. Poor people also need drug, rich people also need drug. So therefore, the prices of drugs should be a limit so that all the people can take easily. Okay, so we should not add extra prices on drugs. Okay, next is fair trade practice. A pharmacist should not make any attempt to capture the business of fellow pharmacists, but by unhealthy competition or cutthroat competitions, that is by offering reduced price, gift prices, etc. For example, you two of you people are doing pharmacy business, okay? So you should not give some offer to get more business, okay? Because we should help our fellow pharmacists. We should do healthy competition. We should not do unhealthy competition. Are you getting me? अगर तुम्हारा ऐसा काम नहीं करना चाहिए, ये सिर्फ फार्मेसी के बारे में नहीं, हमारा in our general day-to-day life also we should not do unhealthy competition. Okay. Then trademarks, labels, symbols, or any other signs of other pharmacies should not be copied and imitated. That is also what we have to do. Okay, drugs or other ingredients required should always be purchased from reputable sources. So that we have to supply, we have to give a standard quality of medicine. Therefore, we should always be purchased from reputed sources. Next, hawking of drugs and others. Okay, hawking of drugs and medicines should not be practiced, and any attempts should not be made to collect the orders from door to door. Self-servicing method in the pharmacy or drug stores should not be allowed, as it would encourage self-medication, which is undesirable and dangerous. You might be heard this term self-medication. ये क्या होता है? अगर तुम्हारा, for example, you have got some fever. In that time, generally what we do, without knowing the cause, we generally take this paracetamol. For sometimes we got loose motion. In that time also, without thinking, we take this this one. No? One drug is there, metronidazole and this thing, omeprazole. What is the name? Norflox. Okay, but that, yes, we were getting diarrhea problem, but there is another reason of diarrhea too. So without knowing this reason, self-medication is not good. It may harm your body. So self-servicing method in the pharmacy or drugstore should not be allowed. Next is advertisement and display. There should not be any display or advertisement on the premises, in the newspaper or elsewhere regarding the abilities and services provided by the pharmacy. Okay, it is prohibited. Advertisement on the premises is totally prohibited. The pharmacist should not make such advertisement which contain misleading or exaggerated statements or claims, a guarantee of therapeutic efficacy, an offer to refund money paid, an appeal to fear, the word cure in reference to an ailment or symptoms of ill health. So this type of advertisement is totally prohibited. The pharmacist should not do this. Okay. Next is third type of ethics we are going to discuss. Code of ethics. It is pharmacists in related to relation to medical profession. So I told you that when we discussed in the last class, maybe not the last class, before this last class, second last, okay. So in that time, what we discussed that when we discussed the history of pharmacy, then I told you that in ancient time there is no specific difference between medical profession and pharmacy profession, but with the enter of the allopathic system, the differences came, and now there are two professions. One is pharmacy and medical profession, but both are interlinked professions. So we have to follow some ethics to maintain this relationship. What are the ethics we are going to discuss? A pharmacist under no circumstances should practice medicine. That is, diagnosing diseases and prescribing medicine. However, in case of accidents or emergencies, he may render first aid services. Okay. So, under any circumstances, we should not prescribe drugs. You know, I know, you know, all the pharmacy people know that they know about drugs. They know what kind of drug is given in what type of disease, but you don't have right to do this. Your duty is to give the medicine, to say the any problems regarding the medicines to the doctor, but you don't have right to write prescription. Okay. A pharmacist should not recommend any particular medical practitioner unless specially asked for. You should not recommend any medical practitioner. Pharmacists should never enter into any secret agreements with the medical professions, physicians, dentists, veterinary surgeons to offer them commission or gifts by recommending his dispensary or drugstore. फार्मेसी पीपल का फार्मेसी लोगों को कभी भी ऐसे डॉक्टर फिजिशियन मतलब हेल्थ प्रोफेशन के साथ कोई मतलब ऐसे सीक्रेट एग्रीमेंट में नहीं जाना चाहिए तुम्हारा मतलब एडवांटेज के लिए, ठीक है। तुम्हारा ऐसा नहीं है तुम कोई डॉक्टर के साथ तुम्हारा डॉक्टर को कुछ मतलब राइट दे दो, बोलो कि आप बोल दीजिए मेरा फार्मेसी से दवाई ले लीजिए, ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए, ठीक है। Pharmacists should not have any clandestine or underhand arrangement with any physician. कभी भी ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, ठीक है। Pharmacy is a link between medical profession and public. Already I told you. He should be constantly in touch with modern development in pharmacy and allied fields. He should be expert in the field of pharmacy so that he may advise the physician or on pharmaceutical matters. By enlarging his store of knowledge, he may be able to educate the public to maintain their health. It is a very big role one pharmacist will give to the society. See, pharmacy people know about this drug, so this should be an always development taking place. Is there not? Knowledge is always expandable. Means it is with time knowledge has changed. We are getting new knowledge, new kind of development takes place. New kind of development in drug field also takes place. So we should update with time, and we can give this knowledge to medical profession also, and we can say to the public also to maintain their health. Pharmacists should neither discuss physician prescriptions with customers nor disclose to them the composition of prescriptions. Already this thing we described in case of prescription, we should not discuss anything related to prescription. Last is pharmacist in relation to his profession. A pharmacist should observe the law and ethical principles to maintain the standard of profession. So it's our duty, it's our responsibility to maintain our standard of profession. We should do good things so that our standard can maintain. A pharmacist should extend the help and cooperation to his fellow pharmacists in an emergency and legitimate needs. We should help. We should help our fellow pharmacists so that we can maintain our profession. A pharmacist should try to weed out the undesirable, corrupt, or dishonest conduct of the member of his profession, maintaining its status in society. So we should do uh, we should uh, we should do work so that corruption do not take place in our profession, so that we can maintain the quality. A pharmacist should have a fair knowledge of laws of the state and nation pertaining food, drug, pharmacy, education, health, etc. So as the integral part of healthcare system, we should have concern about the laws related to food, drug, pharmacy, education, and health. A pharmacist should have an up-to-date knowledge of professional matters. He should associate himself with various pharmaceutical organizations, the aims and objects of which are compatible with code of ethics. A pharmacist should not perform such act which will bring discredit to his profession and to himself. So it's our duty to maintain the quality and standard of profession. If we follow this thing, then we can maintain this. Okay. So these are the things we get in this lecture. So in this lecture, what we'll get, what type of code of ethics are related to our profession, to our trade, to our job, and to our uh, to medical profession, because medical and pharmacy professions are interlinked profession. Okay, so that's the thing. So this much enough for today. Thank you. Okay.